Hi! Hello, ladies, gents, and mole people digging under my land trying to steal my turnips. Ooh, I'll get you with my incredible traps. I once more bring you some post-commentary action. I had a pretty good run, so let's do commentary for the entirety of the thing instead of just showing you a freaking cut version that's touched in the cosmic ocean. That is just not the way I do things. But like I said, getting those, hours of practice in, trying to go real ham on this, so I can finally accomplish this, because all I'm doing with my life in video game commentary realms is just trying to get this done. And there's a comment. I'm usually pretty good about just letting things slide. I laugh things off. I'm like, ain't worth getting into an argument. Don't even engage. Any kind of thing that kind of gets under my skin. I'm pretty good about just forgetting about it 20 minutes later. But there's this one comment that is super simple. It wasn't even rude. It was mostly like disappointed. And it was a comment that said, "Are you even trying anymore? Question mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, question mark. Combination of those." And I'm like, all I'm doing is trying. And I'm showing you my failures. The alternative would be for me to go silent for 2 months and then eventually show you the one success. But to answer your question, yes, I am trying really hard and I am failing because I'm not good enough. But I'm going to get it done. Look at me, pissing off Antonio Banderas, making more trouble than it's worth. Realizing that there's more flesh to be had over here. I was trying to get Antonio Banderas flesh, but I was like, oh, there's a slave over here I can use. So let's get Cali happy about it. I never got to comment on the incredible roping that I did on the first shopkeeper. Some pretty damn good moves that I have completely glossed over on all the things that I have done so far. Incredibly lucky shop. Basically, my criteria has become, I have a pretty solid flowchart by now, and it is, if there is a jetpack in the dwellings, we're going for the alien compass. All other options, unless there's somehow a jetpack also in the, jetpack before Vlad's Cape, we're going alien compass. All other things, we're going Vlad's Cape. And that creates a situation where I don't have to make any decisions. It's just, you go through the flowchart and take the resources that you are given, and it is a lot more stress-free than trying to work out any kind of variations or actual thought or interesting new path. No, I'm just going to follow my flowchart and I'm going to get this done in an effort to just freaking accomplish this. It's been driving me nuts. Other than that, though, my life's been pretty damn great. I made that resolution that I've told you about. I'm going to lose the cage. I'm going to get rid of this belly fat. It got way out of control. It's gonna go. Been looking up what it entails. Turns out, this is something I already knew, but I looked up some details on it. Turns out the way that body weight loss, or rather fat loss works is you lose fat everywhere else. And then, if you're still working out, you'll start losing fat around your waist. So, I'm in for the long haul of 30 to 50 weeks. It's going to be quite the adventure, but I'm okay because I'm not making any super drastic changes. It's just really simple things, such as, avoiding death by a shopkeeper like this is extremely simple to avoid this man. It's a matter of just abusing iframes, so that way you can just get the hell out of there. It was quite a traumatic experience as I remember it. It was quite awful. Thankfully it turned out okay. Changes I made were just eat less, work out every day. That's it. That's the whole thing. I carve out an hour every day for some workout, and let me tell you, brother, I have been wrecked by VR experiences. As I have incorporated VR as one of my workouts. I was lucky enough for my wife to be so damn awesome. For Christmas of 2019, I think, got a Valve Index. And it's awesome. It's amazing. You sweat like a freaking farm animal, though. If farm animals sweat, pretty sure they don't, but you understand the expression. I decided here, there's no need for drills. There's no need to go for the stupid lava. I have plenty of bombs. Screw that tunnel of despair. I have been burnt literally far too many times. I have plenty of bombs. Let's make a tunnel. This is not going to get me again as the stupid lava, fire people, all kinds of stuff try to ruin my life. I have learned. This is actually quite the theme with what I'm trying to do. You saw the last episode of how once more I succumbed to the same old nonsense in the challenge where I don't think it through before I start what I'm going to do, and suffering tremendously because I didn't internalize the resources that I had, what I could do, and I go for a strategy that doesn't work. Same thing here. I'm like, let's stop going through the tunnel. I have the resources to go elsewhere. Make your own prospection and go all the way to the bottom through my own means, damn it. I ain't got no need for no drill. Just going to drill my way to the bottom with explosives. Texan style. Get rid of that piece of trash so we get the alien compass later on. I will partake of this crown, for I am king. And you're all my subjects. Now I can just leave with a clear conscience. Oh yeah, what I do want to do though is get some extra health since I have a incredible Kapala. This is another somewhat reliable method that I have worked out since then. Since so many times I get tossed into the conveyor belt, it's like, get your vampires in a row, then get these two out, and you don't need the permanent engine. Just get a few 8 points of health, and you're good to go. You don't need to go nuts on this whole thing. Get an infinite health generation. Just trying to make strides forward in the intellectual department. Look, my brain is what it is. My fingers do what they do. I am, if I am not at the peak of my physical ability to play this game, I am pretty damn close. But what I can definitely improve on is on making better decisions and not getting wrecked by the same stupid nonsense every damn time. So at least, at the very least, we're making a little bit of progress in the damn cosmic ocean. It's been getting on my nerves because I am pretty tough on my own stupidity. It drives me nuts when I make the same mistakes over and over. Just really want to improve on that department. So hopefully, I can get better and not have to suffer so much, even though it will create less moments of comedic timing. For example, don't get an arrow trap triggered into the face when I go into this place, because you know that the arrow trap exists and you're just going to eat it. That being said, I was like, I think in the split second that I triggered, I was like, no big deal. But still, the fact remains, the mistake was made. So, eliminate mistakes. That is what I'm trying to accomplish. Spelunky is going to pull some nonsense out of his butt a whole bunch of times, and there's not much you can do about that with my reaction times. If I eliminate mistakes, though, I can definitely improve a lot on my consistency. Ooh, those climbing gloves are so beautiful. Just wrap them around my hands and just clasp them together like lovers. Love me some climbing gloves. The item in the game and the commenter in the comment section. What a fella. What a fella. A carrier of our multiplayer sessions. I was considering earlier today seeing that hover pack over there. Man, I definitely should go for the hover pack more often, because doesn't it make the flybow skip pretty much trivial? You use the hover pack to go to the side, then you jump around a few of the beams. You're at the top, you use a couple ropes. It shouldn't be too difficult to use the hover pack to make the skip. Of course, the downside, you have a hover pack in the cosmic ocean, but even then, it's really not that bad. I don't think I've given its due credit to the hover pack. I should go for more often and maybe consider another skip option. I've been just stuck on Vladscape climbing gloves or jetpack. Hover pack is a fantastic option for me. That being said, with climbing gloves, otherwise it's just way too much of a headache and it's just not gonna work out. It ain't gonna work out if you don't have the climbing gloves, not for my idiotic abilities anyway. Here I was like, man, using all these explosives, is it worth it? I'm already committed. Let's just keep on going down. It's fine. Who needs bombs anyway? Not me, not this guy. I always die with more than 40 in the cosmic ocean, so what does it matter? Just spend them all. Very nice to go to the temple. Get my alien compass. It's so rare that you get the chance. It's very nice. Anyway, I was telling you earlier, the really important stuff. I didn't realize just how extremely out of shape I was until I did that. Picked up VR again and just went ham on the boxing game. Thrill of the Fight, I think it's called. It's super fun, but did it just make me... Like, it wasn't sore. That doesn't quite cover it. It was more like seized up how sore my muscles were. Like, I couldn't cuff the lats all through, around my rib cage. If I tried to cuff, it was like this seized, super piercing pain all across my rib cage. It was like, oh, this is awful. But, you know, no pain, no gain, bitch. So now I have done it again a bunch of times, and I feel so much better. You just gotta get through those first times, and later on you'll be better. Trying to be careful here, not to obliterate Ratface with my scepter. That's why I went for the stomp for that lascivious, salacious lady that wanted to pierce me with her tool of energy. I am not into that kind of action, lady. Please refrain from your evil, lewd ways, trying to attract me with your low-cut top and those sky-high legs. Temptress. Can't believe you're trying to cloud my judgment with your wily physical attributes. Can't believe it. What a terrible, terrible woman. Anyway, so I need to fix Paco. The mod that puts Paco in the game, they have changed the way that mods... Oopsie. Shopkeepers, psh, who cares about them? They are trivial fodder, thanks to my scepter. I have the power of life and death in my hands. Do you think I care about some bald scumbags that think they run the damn coop? Absolutely not. Look how I crushed this son of a bitch. The mods, the way that they are implemented into the game, have drastically changed, and I have not kept up with the times. I need to fix all those files. I've been procrastinating a lot on it because, you know, between trying to really put in the hours of Spelunky, getting those workouts done, and stupid piece of garbage day job that, let me tell you, Amazon ain't stopping. And thank goodness they did Prime Days recently because, man, I'm sure that they were running low on business. Like, why does Prime Day even exist? Where they try to cajole even more people to order from it. It's like having 99.9% of customers like, no, I must have 100% have these 2 towels for $299. Order now. And that is how they get you. That's how they get you. Freaking Amazon is going to be a nightmare next week as I go into the freaking Prime Day debacle. All the consequences of all the ordering that's going to be. I'm going to be buried on the freaking packages. If you're not aware of what the hell I'm talking about, is any new viewer tuning in for the 799 podcast? I doubt it. If you're not aware, I am a postal worker. I forget exactly what happened here. I was like, I needed to pause for something, but I cannot tell you what the hell it was. The postal workers, so holy crap, the packages are completely out of control. The pandemic happened and there was even more packages and people realized, hey, wait a minute. You mean I can get things put on my doorstep and I don't have to get off my ass? I never knew this lifestyle could be possible. Let me just never go to a store ever again. I have the postman bring it to the door. We're just as guilty as everybody because now we order our damn groceries instead of going to the grocery store. And in a way, you know, it's a good thing. You're like creating jobs and, you know, giving someone something to do, and it is extremely convenient and all that stuff. But it always, at least still feels like, come on, man, get off your ass and do it yourself, right? It does feel that way. But you know, my wife takes care of that. She does all the grocery shopping, so it's a peripheral thing that I don't concern myself about. She does use my card to order them, so it's not like a one-sided thing. The only thing that I am just ordering, you take care of this kitchen thing, woman thing. Absolutely not. It's basically self-assigned. My wife loves baking, likes cooking. About that's the intensity of it. And the kitchen is her domain. She doesn't like it when I use it, so you know, it's purely voluntary for her to take care of those kind of things. Anyway, as we make our way through New Babylon, I wish I had more things to say about the run, but as you can see, it's like super bog standard. Very lucky, very nice run. The only terrible thing is, you know, shopkeepers trying to murder you down then because you forget they even exist. So, other than the shopkeeper snafu, it's actually extremely run-of-the-mill. There's nothing all that remarkable about it. Just a very nice jetpack plus resources run that you can guilt-free grab that alien compass. It's very, very nice. So I can tell you instead about me cutting my hair, because holy crap does it get annoying. It's like, how do ladies do it? Girls that you see them and they have like 4 foot long manes, and it's like, how do you oops, this was a bit of a mistake. Needed to correct it quickly, otherwise I would not be able. Yeah, I think this was the event that was like, well, this is definitely out of the ordinary. What the hell do I do about it? We need to scepter the crap out of that shopkeeper without it being attracted by Trepanator. Not trivial, but I decided let's just continue using the bombs, baby. This has been working out for me so far. Just get all the way down here, kill the shopkeeper with the scepter. Actually, I think I was trying to get him roasted. All right, because you see, still trying to get that forgiveness somehow. Actually, I don't think I have been attacking any one of them, so it should be forgiveness pretty damn soon. Cut my hair. Oh yeah, I was in the middle of saying, how do girls put up with it? And I say girls because it's mostly girls that have long hair. I used to have about 2 foot long hair. It was down to the middle of my rib cage. And now I think back and remember, it's like, how did I put up with that? It's such a pain, man. It's so much work to take care of long hair. And on a man, sure, it calls attention, but it ain't as pretty as it is on a girl. You know, it ain't I guess it does become your defining characteristic. But I kind of got tired of kids calling me ma'am from the back. You know, so, okay, it's gotta go. It's getting silly. I turn around, they're like, whoa. You know, it's like. That's basically. I was really sick of it, of taking care of it, and starting to shampoo, condition, all that nonsense. But that was what pushed me over the edge. I remember, but it just makes me wonder, like, these girls with these super long manes, how do you put up with it? Sleeping, it gets under your elbows all the time. It is a constant struggle not to suffocate. you go swimming. I guess you just tie it up in a bun and stuff. But, you know, it's still a giant pain in the ass. Makes you look real good, though, so I guess it's worth it, I suppose, for them girls. But I don't know. It gives you a sense of admiration, not just for the aesthetics, but also for the care that it goes into it. I felt pretty greedy about my health, and I also felt neglected by my mother figure, so I figured I would attain a little bit of validation from this statue, and she gave it to me, and now everything's great. Feeling pretty damn amazing about Mom hugging me so tightly. And here's where I let go of my fear of taking the jetpack into the challenge. I tell you, I 100% internalized the resources that I had here. I remember clearly thinking about, okay, what I'm gonna do, how it's gonna go. This is going to be trivial because I know what I'm doing. And exactly what I did is what happened, and it's all great. So there you go. So anyway, after... It was really nice though, because after I cut my hair, I gathered it all up. I gathered it all up in a tight little bundle, went to the leukemia treatment center, and just flaunted it in front of my mortal enemy that he used to mock me all the time. Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now, Jacob? You poor bastard. Anyway, I'm so glad that that challenge went well. It was very nice. Now, I feel very, very murderous about Gloop, but we're going to just let him be. I need to start just murdering Gloop, and here's what I remember. Oh yeah, these guys exist. I better get the hell out of here, because he always gets out. Always gets out. So, thankfully you can just loop around. The shape of this level was quite simple to get around. It was very, very easy. But yeah, circling back to the very beginning, the entire "Are you even trying anymore?" It gets you down, man. It gets you down because it's too close. It's too close to the heart. It's like I'm actually trying my best, and that's the tragedy. I am actually, and now you know it set me to thinking. I think this is the toughest video gaming challenge that I have ever set for myself. I don't think I've ever done anything that's harder than this for my abilities, and I realize plenty of gamers out there, capital G gamers, have achieved this and may even see it as trivial. But as far as challenges go, and it's just heartbreaking because Spelunky is like my video gaming thing. It's the chosen game that I have. It's been a love affair for literally, what is it, 8 years now? It was 2013 when I started playing this on YouTube. And what does it say when something that I've dedicated all my gaming persona on the internet on? Here's where I realized, wait a minute, this is a complete dead end. I can't make it through. I guess I'll just go over here and make mistakes like this. Because this is like, just kill the monster. Be methodical. What are you doing? Just don't waste your freaking life. What does it say if I have dedicated all of my effort to all this and I am unable to complete the challenge? One, and I do believe this, Spelunky 2 is a little too hard. It's a little too hard when, like, I am trying my absolute best and I have struggled this much to be able to get it done. But you know, that's too hard for me, obviously. But that being said, if it's too hard for me, somebody who's put so much effort into it, and this actually pretty good, just not good enough. Here's where I almost died again. That would have been an absolute tragedy, and one of those incredible moments where Derek pops his head into your window. He asks, "What's going on over here?" And, you know, you just get visited by the despair fairy. Bit of a mistake, not gonna lie. Thankfully, I have learned ways of letting go. Thing is, A little bit of a scrotum shriveling moment there. Let's just say that I have botched very, very, very terribly this fight, and I felt very inadequate, and I was so having a heart attack in this moment. It was absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Anyway, did I leave any dangling lines? Because live commentary is going to take over. The moment that I get to the Confrontation, I'm like, all right, I want to record every bit of live commentary right here because this could be the one. You see? So, and I want it to be genuine. So here's what is going to happen. Hello, past Israel. 25 minutes. A jetpack. The alien compass. And a decent amount of resources. Pretty good. Finally able to get this place even. An Ankh. Isn't that amazing? At least I'm gonna make it to 7-8, right? There's no way I'm going to die twice before the 8th level of the Cosmic Ocean. It's been rough, brother. It's been a tough times for poor old Uncle Blargo. I've had some serious issues. I don't know if I posted the episode in which I died horrendously in a temple level. It was the stupidest thing. So I started recording commentary. I started recording commentary in the Cosmic Ocean just like now. So I was like, basically getting practice in. I felt like, you know what, I can't continue pretending like I can just boot up the game and get what I need to accomplish. I'm going to actually go out and practice and try to get good, get some more experience under my belt. And yes, improvement comes extremely slow at this level of gameplay, but there's still an improvement, right? It still does happen. It's just a snail's pace. There's still not be any explosion from the alien that I just whipped. Gotta be a little patient. We got 50 seconds. There it is. It is having a good time traveling through the loop. Eventually it'll make it somewhere, right? Hopefully that somewhere will not be my anus. I would appreciate not explosive materials being inserted in there. I have enough with my expeditions on Saturday nights, the likes of which I cannot possibly disclose. At least we have the alien compass to point the way. When I find the freaking third bubble, I'm pretty sure this alien is forever stuck in the loop now. There is no way he has now achieved verticality, and he has zero option to ever go back to the motherland. No, don't do it. I'm like, oh, I can make it. I can make it before the jelly. I can make it. Don't be foolish. Beware spike pits with an arrow attached to them, for they are the classic baby's first death in the dwellings. An arrow trap throwing you straight into spikes. It's a terrible place. Oh baby. La 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 la. Filth. Trying to destroy me? How dare you? Ah. I was distracted with the other arrow traps all over the place, and you know, getting a glimpse of that crate, and there was one too many things to pay attention to. The thing I need to do is get in the habit of grabbing a corpse. Like a machete, huh? Sure. Let's stick with it. Let's do it. Alright, I think I have found one bubble. That is an arrow shaft. Not as dangerous as usual, but, you know, respected. Just need one more. Trying to be old business here. Trying to just concentrate as much as possible. It's like, it's about time, right? What are we? Episode 30? 30-something of this nonsense? It's like, maybe I really don't want to trigger that, but, you know, you do what you gotta do. Just try to avoid that. And we're just going to go down. I vaguely remember the location of this damn thing. Unfortunately, it also remembers me. Is that triggered? If nothing else, this machete is good for triggering some arrow traps without having to use the rope. Alright, 7-8. A new personal best for the last 40 months. What happened to my machete? It has been kicked out of my hands. Like the freaking larva learned karate or something. What the freaking hell? That's number 2. Karate. Karate is no longer. That's like an 80s or 90s thing to say. I know karate. You don't say that anymore. Now you say, I know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I know Krav Maga. That's the cool thing to know. That will actually defend you in a fight. As opposed to karate, which will just bedazzle with spectacle. And then you just get grappled to death. Wonder if it's useful at all. It has to be somewhat useful, right? It got super phased out by this the new wave of grappling and, you know, like real fighting. And I mean useful in a fight. It will definitely keep you healthy to be a karateka. And, you know, do all the exercise that you need to do. It will give you a lot of mental acuity and all that nonsense. But is it good in an actual fight? Or is it actually a hindrance? By making you do fancy moves while somebody is bull rushing you. You know? I don't know. I have zero experience. Like, my entire experience of hand-to-hand fighting, and I feel like this is both lucky, unfortunate, and extremely privileged fact. My only experiences of having a hand-to-hand fight. I'm pretty sure I've told this story. But damn it, we're in the Cosmic Ocean. We gotta talk about something. What is this madness? I reject all this poison. I reject it. Oh, jeez. I've gone into a couple near fights. You know. Situations where if he had gone a little bit further, I would have been slugged / tackled to the floor. And who knows who would have won? Probably not me. Very funny, Spelunky. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this. Please, I desist. I give up. Please accept my unconditional surrender. No, you're rejecting it. You're just instead pulling down your pants and showing your butt. I see what the kind of relationship this is. I thought we were maybe trying to reach an understanding here. I 100% recognize your superiority, Spelunky, and you can just be a little gracious and be like, okay, I'll take pity on you. Okay, this is a nightmare. Where's probably every time if you don't find them, it's because they're at the bottom of the level, under the level, right? That's the usual story. Really, even though I have the alien compass, I really shouldn't underestimate what it takes to get to these places. I hate this so much. Alright, the jelly is somewhere above me. Oh, the skeleton. I made it. This level was a nightmare, but I made it. Got a couple situations. There was this guy. Oh yeah, it was somewhat of a fight. So there is 2 instances in which it actually came to physical blows. Amazing. I had completely forgotten about one of them. One of them was, there was this guy. Let me tell you what he did. And this is a repeat offender. He will walk up to me and be like, you know, in that attitude, the bully, the congenial bully attitude. And this is was a small guy, but you know, he had the attitude. The congenial bully attitude. Walks up to you, and then what he would do, he would do as if tickling my belly. And I had quite a big belly when I was a teenager. You know, he was just basically making fun of my gut as a fatso. And he was, you know, pretending to be nice, but he was not being nice. He was being an asshole. You can always tell, right? You can always tell when somebody is joking and being just a silly goose, and when somebody is actually taking the piss on you because they don't respect you. That's the second one, this guy. And he did it at least 5 times before I was like, I've had enough. And I just shoved the crap out of him. He was very much ready for me to get physical. It's like he was looking for that, I think, because instantly he started like it was weird. He was a small guy. He was not a very good fighter. So what he did, he started just slapping me in the face, like open palm, open fist, shoving my face backwards. It was the most bizarre thing. It was like he was trying to swat flies off my face. It didn't hurt. It was just bothersome. And I remember I was holding my backpack and I needed to take off my backpack before I got into a proper fight. But he would not let up on his slapping, and I'm trying to take off my backpack. Somewhat like asking him to wait for me to properly be able to fight him, while this guy kept slapping me in the face. It was the most bizarre shit. And it was a non-conclusion to that altercation. You know, sometimes you get into something and then it just stops and there's no real resolution to it. We just parted ways, and then the next day acted like nothing had happened. He didn't do the whole belly tickle thing again. So I guess I won that fight, even though, you know, I was basically holding him at bay with one arm while trying to take off my backpack with the other. That was the entirety of my experience. But I must have shoved and pushed in some way. Like, I was a pretty big kid. Wasn't particularly strong. Definitely could body this dude if I really tried. I'm talking about, I must have been 14, 13, something like that. Let me get through this nonsense. So that was one instance of a very, very traumatic experience of physical blows with somebody. Not the most traumatic, not the most damaging. Certainly not something that gave me nightmares at night. Alright, I don't like that. I let it be on record. I did not enjoy watching that alien try to freaking kamikaze onto my head. Alright, we are completely out of bubbles. What is happening? Well, if I go. There's a bouncy castle over here. It seems like I was not horrendously punished. I'm having troubles. I'm glad that I did not lose everything. I appreciate that. Thank you for taking pity on my soul. Holy crap, man. Frickin' Neo Babylon. What am I doing? I'm being just traveling through this level like, let's just go here, let's go there. Let's be methodic. Let's be diligent. You get, actually in Neo Babylon, you get to the bottom, right? And you start going up. Let's just do it from the top. What's the worst that can happen? Just elevators collapsing onto my head. All kinds of terrible things. There's the exit. Okay, there's the exit. I hate everything. There it is. Yeah, 40 bombs. I really should be. I a little more generous with my bomb spending. There you go. 40 bombs is damn decent. The second time, I 100% earned it. I was not being bullied. I was the asshole, and I got a punch to the face. After I attempted a punch to the face, and it was... Let's see if I can relate it properly, because there is some physical gesticulation. There was some non-verbal communication that provoked the attack. And it wasn't just flipping him off. Like, look, there was a rival school when I was growing up, okay? Colegio Nuriana. The rival school, I basically had zero interaction with them. It was just the sports teams in which I never participated. But they were the rival schools, and you just disliked them. That's how it is. They were the opposite tribe. You dislike them, that's the end of the story. There was this one dude that would walk up and down the road upon which we would travel to get out of school. So we would see him often, you know? And it was always a bad vibe when we crossed paths. What was the bad vibe? It's like, we're rivals. I don't like you, oh boy. When I saw him, I don't like you because you and I were supposed to be enemies. So we developed a relationship in our own heads without crossing a single word. We were not fond of one another. Nice, very nice level here. Concerned about that entire situation. Let's just put a stop to it. Alrighty. So one time, I forget exactly the very first interaction. But I was walking down, he was walking up the street. And I said something that I cannot remember. And he turned around and said something hostile in response. To respond to my hostility. Can't blame the guy for that. He was a pretty big dude. A little bigger than I was. And he wasn't fat. He was just buff. And for some reason I thought it was a great idea to make an enemy out of him. Anyway, I said something, he said something back. And what I did, it wasn't just flipping him off. I skipped forward, you know, skipping like kids do, while giving him the bird on both hands. That was my motion. Skipping and both hands giving the bird. And I thought I was so cool. Of course, there was my usual friends that we would walk down. I mean, they were like walking down the street acquaintances, let's be honest. Right? They were classmates. We walked down the street together. Didn't really have anything in common other than that. We didn't hang out together out of school or anything like that. It was just, you know, that circumstance. We happened to go the same way every day. That's it. But they were there, and I was going to look cool, especially one of them was a girl. So, you know, you gotta. It is in the contract. It's in the teenager contract. You gotta look cool in front of girls and in front of your classmates. It needs to happen. So I thought I was the coolest dude as I flipped him off. So brazen, cannot be tamed, cannot be controlled. Well, I thought that was the end of it. I mean, he was pretty far. What was he gonna do? Turn around and charge me? Yes. That's exactly what he did. I remember I was just skipping down, not a worry in the world, and suddenly I hear this thumping behind me. Thump, 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 thump. I do not have time to turn around before he's on my back and holding me down. What do I do? What the hell do I do? I remember it so clearly. This instance, this moment in my life where I'm like trying to figure out what do I do about this person on top of me. And I remember there was the two friends over there. And I remember thinking, help me, you assholes. Don't you just stare. We can take him down together. But no, they did absolutely nothing. They just stared as I was held down. Of course, with every reason in the world, because I was the idiot that had gone into this mess. Why would they do anything to solve it? They were there for the show. So here I am, crouched, being held down about this Nuriana monkey. And I remember, it's like I need to get a punch in. One hitter quitter. Here we come. Just like in the movies. Just hit him in the square in the jaw, and I'll be fine. We can just ooh, mosquito into spikes is pretty bad for your health. Just wait this guy out. When I said wait this guy out, what I actually meant was let me just show my butthole to this guy so he can insert a boomerang inside of it. I'm feeling kind of lonely right now. That's what I actually meant. This is a very long jungle level. I'm very disappointed in it. Here I am, held down by this dude. What do? I just turn around. It was like, the weirdest thing was like a turn around while being held down. So you're like turning around vertically. And here comes the hook. Goes up and down onto his face. Let me tell you, I don't think he even blinked. I don't know if there was just, I didn't put enough power in it, or I didn't have the power, or this man was just made of granite, this kid. But I remember that tiny moment in which he was surprised. And he was like, really, brother? You just did that? You just threw a punch at me. So I remember he took this moment. Whoa. What am I doing? Just stop. Stop trying to mess with Boomerang Boy. Boomerang Boys are too fast. There was this small moment where he was just trying to decide, what do I do with this idiot? It's obviously just an inferior kid. Right? This was running through his head. I could just tell. Like, I am dominating this fool. How do I properly teach him a lesson without hurting him too bad? I don't want to hurt him. I could just hear all these things traveling through his thoughts. So he just casually threw a fist at my face and gave me a bruise. It was a punch. But his heart wasn't in it, you know? Are we done? Or is there another? Uh-oh. Sick shelter. Well, this is unpleasant. We were done. I thought, I was too busy yammering to hear the jelly coming from the side of the level. Now here I am. Stuck once again. In a situation. Let me just start roping so we can avoid this stupid jelly. And how do I go around? Oh, no, we were not done. It's just the 3-minute mark. Okay, so step number 1. We need to go to the top of the level. And we're going to go to the other side of the level. And we're going to retrieve our jetpack. It's alright. Everything's fine. There's a little bit of a problem. But we can maybe solve it. These moments are always so infuriating. It's so easy to lose both your lives. Holy crap, no wonder this took so long. Look at the size of the freaking place. It's ridiculous. The only way he punched me, we went separate ways. That's whoa. We separated. My friends, probably out of pity, told me that, wow, that was incredible the way you turned around. I threw a punch at him. Pretty sure they were just humoring me. Okay, the jetpack is somewhere down here. A bit of a problem. In fact, we're going to go from the bottom. This is the worst. This jungle level was upsetting, to say the least. Don't do it. That mosquito is just gonna loop forever, right? It's just stuck forever in an attack animation. There it is. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. We actually want to go for the outside because of the stupid spikes. Piece of garbage. The cursed man completely destroyed me. So, pretty sure, like there would be a second jelly here. So we're still not done. We need to find the freaking bubble. This is just awful. There it is. Oh, all the monkeys were there. Need to replenish the fuel here. Oh boy. Well, at least we made it through. That jungle level was a goddamn nightmare. And I have 48 bombs. It wasn't a bomb problem that I had. Spending bombs wasn't what would have solved it. But it kind of puts it in my head like, hey, just throw bombs gratuitously. I remember then, after that entire ordeal, like my mother was coming to pick me up. I was like, I need to hide this rapidly forming bruise from her. I don't want her to know I just got into a fist fight with some kid I don't even know for a reason that I can't even tell you right now, so many years after. I'm pretty sure even then I could not tell you the reason why that entire thing happened. I just flipped the kid off and it was the wrong boy to, to do the nasty with. I mean, say do the nasty. I literally mean getting jiggy with it. I mean, the exit was over there. I am sure there will be no trouble whatsoever. This monkey. I don't like this at all. Where's the damn exit? Once again, I can see it in the arrow, but it's somewhere in the middle of the damn level. This is just a dead end. Yep. Sure is. Sure is a dead end. Yet another instance of a level in which the exit is just a nightmare. Look at this. The exit was exactly in the middle, surrounded by land. And the mistake was mine for not finding it before popping the last bubble. The same mistake, it happens, what is it, 10 times? 20 times? Maybe at the 100th time I'll learn the lesson. Probably not though.